What is up, good people? What's happening? Hey, before we get this party started, go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, okay? Hey, I'm gonna just bring the guys right in, all right? Let's just do this the right way. Say hello to the gang plus one. We got the squad plus one. Now, let's first introduce ourselves, starting from Mo and then Kenan and then our guest. Stock Mo, introduce yourself to the family.
Oh, Larry, thank you, my friend, for allowing me on the show today. Lots to talk about, of course, and I am looking forward to going over the portfolio, a little bit of what we're going to do with $1 million in the next 6 weeks. A little teaser there. I think I learned that in show business, and we'll go from there. $1 million.
$1 million.
Oh, Larry, I told you I'd be on your show if you gave me sharks with freaking laser beams on the head, not ill-tempered tuna.
Oh, man. What's up, Kenan? What you got?
What's going on, everybody? If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Shout out to Larry Jones for having me on the platform. Mo, Spy Lord, good to see you. Good to be on the stream with you. And
Yes,
I hope, I got actually a question for everybody in the chat. Just yes or no. B for bullish, or I don't even know. I guess both of them are B's, right? I was going to say B for bullish or B for bearish. That don't work. Give me a yes or a no. Are you bullish on Nvidia or not going into Q4? Because personally, I got my thoughts on it. But Larry, thanks for having me on.
Hey, today, good people, we have a special guest on. He's been actually with the family for a while. He has been following stock up for. I'll let him tell it. His name is Michael.
Yeah.
Michael, introduce your page and your name.
Yeah, my name is Michael Litton. I'm the spy lord over at the Stocks with Josh community. I guess I'm filling in for Mr. Josh tonight. Want to give Larry a big thank you and for extending his hand and inviting me on tonight. I've been following all three of these fellas plus Josh for quite a few years now since you guys been doing this. So this is a little surreal to me to be on here with you, but things happen, Larry. Lives change, brother. And
Yes.
here I am sitting here with you three gentlemen, and appreciate you having me on. I really do.
Well, hey, you guys know what we do and how we do it here. Man, look at this. Y'all look at this. Who is this dude? Look at that. Somebody been taking pictures. Look at that, dude. You see that? Look at him. He got the whole.
Hey, look.
I love that, boy. So
Yes,
we
sir.
got Michael. Tell him what your page is again.
Yeah, Spy Lord. Go over to YouTube. Click on Spy Lord. I usually at Larry and Josh over there in all my descriptions, and I guess I need to start doing Mo and Kenan over there too. Every time I post a video,
How many
trying
subscribers
to
you
get
got?
people. I'm Larry. I think I'm just over 4,000 now. Maybe 40.
We got to get that to 5,000, man. We don't rock like that. We got to get that to 5,000.
Yeah, maybe some of these people will go over and hit the subscribe button for me. I'd definitely appreciate that, man.
4,200 before we get off. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, let's talk about Nvidia. Let's get it right into it. Let's get Nvidia popping. You know what, Kenan? Bring it right up because the people want to know.
What's going on, family? So at the time of this recording, I'll tell you, Nvidia, I'm more bullish than ever before. Nvidia and Bitcoin. I know you might be looking at it right now and thinking Nvidia, it came down. What is Nvidia right now? It's looking like it's about 175 or so in the after hours. 176. It just popped over that. All right.
I think
so. I say that to say this, everybody. Nvidia, and I want everyone to really understand this. Whenever you see the company's numbers going up, two of them in particular, revenue, but then also earnings, because it's something about making more money, the revenue, but then it's about the money you keep, which is the actual earnings. And when these numbers are going up year after year after year, this company is showing you that they are growing. But if the stock price comes down, but the company is going up, this is what a deal looks like. So I'm buying Nvidia because I can see them becoming a $5 trillion company in to be honest, long term, a $7 billion. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm saying billion. Excuse me. Let me put some respect on Nvidia. $1 trillion company, $1 trillion company. So I say all of that to say, listen, the more it comes down, this is not like one of those kind of hype stocks or something like that. This is a company that's actually doing well. Somebody had recently said to me, Kenan, but they just missed out on a lot of sales in China. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, so they're still hitting unbelievable revenue numbers and they're not even open to the entire world in such a way that they could hit even higher numbers? It's looking good once the politics cool down, if it ever does. But even if it didn't, Nvidia to me is looking like a long-term absolute beast and banger. So if you are looking to get in on Nvidia, if you can get in my opinion, I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. There's a crazy level of support at about 168. If I see it down there, oh yeah, I'm in. If I see it right where it is right now, I'm also willing to get my feet wet, buy a share, buy 10 shares, depends on the size of your portfolio. And I would watch out for this level of resistance. It's about 185. There's been a massive ceiling on it since about last month, right? So let's go with the 31st of last month. Meaning, if we break above that and then you see a daily candle on the 1 day time frame close above one, like not clear sales, but almost clear sales to the 190s, if not 205 level on Nvidia. So those are the two things you're looking for on the downside. About 169 in that area, if you could scoop it there, in my opinion, right? Talk to a financial advisor in your area. Nobody's trying to get sued. YouTube, don't take us down. That's where I like it a lot. However, I still like it here. And I wanted to ask everybody in the chat, are you more interested in quick in and out kind of plays or something that you could just build with long term? Because me personally, who don't like a quick in and out play? However, Nvidia is something that I don't have to watch it like a hawk. I could buy it, and if it comes down, buy more. And if it's running, I'm going up with it too. And here's some information on Nvidia's earnings. They basically beat all expectations except for one, and it was the data center money that they brought in. They expected to get a little bit higher than they actually got, but since they didn't hit that expectation of Wall Street, then the stock came down a little bit. But the thing with Nvidia is Wall Street sets expectations so high that Nvidia normally meets them, but just in this one area, it's looking like a little blemish. But trust me, the revenue was up over 50%. So we love to see it. And going forward, we're just going to keep hearing good things. And last thing before I stop, Nvidia is buying back, I want to say 60 billion of their own stock. Why are they doing that? Because they believe it's going to go up.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you just fine.
Absolutely.
All right. I just changed it. Kenan, somebody just sent this super chat. You see this, man? They said, shout out to Samuel L. Jackson. Look. Clean,
you know what they
bro.
say? The super chat with that. Shout out to you.
What?
Who is this? Josu?
Yeah.
Guevara?
If I'm saying
your name correctly, no disrespect, big dog. But again, love, appreciate you.
Much love. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you guys can hear me better now. Mo, what do you got to think? What do you got to say about Nvidia?
You know what? I got to play on that. It was up 70% going in. Now I'm up 65% instead. I'm loving it. I think Kenan said, I don't know, what'd you say in the beginning, Kenan? Something about put something in the chat. If we are going up with Nvidia, I'll tell you what to put in if you think we're going down. A W for wrong. Nvidia is a game changer. All right. And that's up to each person out there. I'm not telling anybody, like Kenan said, I'm not trying to get sued. I'm not trying to get channels taken down. We're trying to stay alive here and feed the family, bring educational nuggets of knowledge. And so when I'm watching that, they did fine. Just so they didn't kill everything way above expectations. They hit expectations. And anytime you see expectations hit, and not totally exceeded, even though they keep increasing the expectations above and beyond what they were called for, they just kind of get a little bit of a sell. If you think a 3 to 4% sell-off is absolutely horrible, let me say it again. I'm up 70% in the last few months on it. I can give up 3%. watch it go down a little bit, and then bounce right back up. So I'm going to continue watching it. You know, that's basically my thoughts on it. They continue to dominate. And I saw that little statement. Larry, I got to tell you, man, I'm one of the old guys on here, so I'm excited about what the CEO of Nvidia said about the fourth wave of AI with the brains of the robots. They're going to be able to create the fourth level, the final level of giving these robots brains. I'm going to sit back with you on our private little place somewhere with the stock squad, and we're going to bring Mike and all the guys down there. We're just going to sit back, kick our feet up.
Looking good, Billy Ray.
Yep. Yeah, just hold the drink up and let the robots take care of us for the rest of our lives. And, of course, Kenan, being the best-looking one out of all of us right now, looking the sharpest, you know, he can bring the crowds and bring all the fun, man.
Hey, we gonna give Mike in. Mike, get a piece of this Nvidia. You know, too bad I don't have an extra window for you to chart, but you can just you don't have a switcher.
You're good, man.
You don't have a switcher where it switches from you to the chart, do you?
No, okay. Not without clicking
just
on
talk.
screen.
Just talk about it. Just talk about it.
Yeah, man, no problem. I'm long-term Nvidia too, man. I think I go back, Larry, to I think about in the 1990s when I graduated. I'll show my age a little bit, and I look back at Apple. I look back at Apple, Larry, and you know nobody really teaches you in high school, at least not around here or anywhere I know, that anything about investing. And you don't want to wake up 15 years from now and look back at Nvidia and say I could have got this at 180. I'm happy to buy it right here, but I'm with Kenan. I got it at if I could scoop it up around 170. Under that, I'll take it at between 160 and 150. I'll be fine right there. Those previous highs around 150. That'd be great too. Great buys.
Thank you, Joshua, man. We really appreciate your super chat. But let me ask you guys this that could count. If something goes up in the during the day, right? If a stock goes up 3% and then it's down 3% in the after hours, wouldn't you call that flat?
Yeah.
It's like it's not down. And they don't have the China numbers in Nvidia. They don't have the China numbers in because they can't right now. They don't know what the effects of the tariffs, what's the true price and all of that. So the market is still trying to figure that out unless they mention that more in the when they talk about earnings and all of that. So it's going to take a little while to see what the true numbers are because they couldn't put the China numbers in. But man, I'm so long Nvidia. It's like Tesla in 2021, right? Just when you think it can't do any more, it just keeps pumping, right? So let's just keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about a little ETH. Good people, we're gonna bounce from. We're gonna bounce. Oh, it hit you that good, man. You sound like you got the Holy Ghost, man. You like,
Amen.
Mo coming to Black Church. When you come here, I'm taking you to Black Church. We going, all right? We going. All right?
Hey, consider it. Consider that day for sure, man.
All right, we going. All right, so let's go to ETH because it's a big story. It's a lot going on in the crypto, and we're just gonna bounce back and forth. Listen, ETH is one of those things that Tom Lee, what did he raise his price to? Like 55, like in 80 days? What is it, Mo?
Yeah, I think they had that tweet out. He said by the that they thought the low was in the next couple of hours. So far, they're right. And then that we would pop up to 5,000 to 5,500 quickly.
Yes. And we were just before the dump, before the whale sold, we were at 59. Remember, we were like at 59.50, and then a whale sold. So when the whale sold, it spooked the market. But that whale also was purchasing ETH, spot ETH. All right, Mo, what do you got to add to that, Mo?
All right, listen, guys. I'm gonna pull up two quick charts. Larry, can you put me center screen or what do we got there? We do? Good, perfect. All right, you guys will see the screen. This is Bitcoin, real quick. You guys know I use my own personal indicator, the Stock Mo bread bot, the bread recipe. So as we come down, the 13 cross. This is so bearish. We haven't had this happen since February 2020, this year. So in February 24th, we had the 13 crossing after a nice run, and it gets ugly. And so now we're here again. I had a level of support, obviously. We broke down below it. The 5 continues down. We have one little green candle, and everybody thinks the run's back on. Hey, we got the runs. No, you don't. Settle down, kid. Right now, you're still seeing testing between what's going on right now. But this is firmly bearish until it reverses, until we take out either the 13 or the 50 and we confirm above, especially the 50. I don't even own a Bitcoin anymore. I got out of 100% of that. But that moves us to what Larry just asked. Ethereum. You want to talk about living in the tale of two cities here, man. Right here, we have everything going on. You're above the 50 EMA. You got a little, I call this Stockmo UFO up here waiting to take us to the moon here. But with that being said, I've been wrong on Ethereum. Now, you might say, Mo, aren't you the guy who's bought Ethereum at $100 a pop? Yeah, I'm up almost $500,000. But I took profit on almost all of my Ethereum on this rip down, expecting us to go down and test that 50 EMA because Bitcoin leading the way and confirming. Absolutely nailed that. Got out way higher. It's way lower. XRP, same thing. We want to go ahead and sell at 360, 332. Now we're down, and I'm getting back in a little bit today. I got into Ethereum today a little bit. Now, boy, and that's a hard pill to swallow. When you watch this and you're calling it and you can see it, and then the Fed comes out last Friday and ruins the whole party, especially when you're thinking about buying in massively at the 3,900 to 3,700 level, and then the Fed does their little, I forget what you call that, Larry. When they shuffle it up, they mess with you. But he has some pretty good sayings for that. But they pulled the rug out from me, and so now I had to sit back and watch. And of course, I'm seeing where we're at right here. We've been holding the 13 EMA consistently, and we haven't been down to that. So I thought today I'm going to start taking $1 million, and I'm going to start doing something with it. So here's the $1 million portfolio, or the $2.4 million portfolio. Was 2.2 6 weeks ago. Now it's 2.4. I'm going to move money around. I have $1 million in cash that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to move that $1 million. Oh my! I got 20. I kept borrowing $20 from Larry and $50 from Kenan, and now I'm up to $1 million now. They're not getting it back. So with that being said, I'm going to slowly DCA in. I got a whole plan. I got it all written down. I'm ready to rock and roll. First purchase today, 10,000 XRP, 10,000 worth of XRP, 10,000 worth of Ethereum. I still have a ton of XRP and Ethereum. So I'm going to build that up to a $1 million portfolio by the end of September, first or second week October. I want to be all in because I think Q4 is going to be an absolute takeoff with the spot ETFs, the Clarity Act in Q4 most likely getting passed. BlackRock got that sweet, juicy Ethereum, the staking application in there with the SEC. They don't do things like that unless they know they're going to win. And so all this and more, and of course the liquidity issues from the Fed right now out there in the Treasury, replenishing the checking account so they can spend another, 4 or 5 trillion. What's 4 or 5 trillion nowadays? So they're going to build that up to about 800 billion. And once they get that build up, and that liquidity is coming out in the next, I'd say 4 weeks, and there's going to be some very big volatility. So I like the VIX right now. I got some VIX call options because I'm expecting some volatility over the next 4 weeks. And then after all that's said and done, Larry, I think I'm going to sit back and start looking at some of them sweet 2026 Ford GT 500 Mustangs, because I hope my crypto can allow me to buy one by the end of this year.
If it pumps like that, Mo, I'm just going to tell you.
I hope so.
If it pumps like that, you got to go to black church with me, and you got to dance like this.
I don't know. Hold on, man. I don't think that looks like that Eastern Slavic stuff. Now, I'm Slavic, but I don't know if I got that kind of move.
Mo. Kenan, what you got, man? What you got? Kenan, you're doing the Kenan again.
Nah, all right. Look, so I'm gonna take the other path, family. I'm taking the other path. Let me know if you're with me in the chat, family. Let me know if you're with me. I ain't dropping a single Bitcoin, nope.
Nope, me neither,
Ethereum,
bro.
nope. XRP, I'm not dropping nothing. I'm holding on. If we go to crypto winter, you're gonna look back at me and you're gonna be like, man, Kenan, you held on. Yeah, I'm gonna have double now. That's how I'm going for it. Or if it drop enough, I'm gonna have triple the amount because, and I don't fault anyone who wants to take profit. If you never lose a dollar taking profit, I can't be mad at somebody for jumping out. That's just my strategy for this one is just gonna be different, family. It just is what it is. So I've been around when Bitcoin was. And I seen it. It was $600 when I had bought into my first one. And I didn't understand it at the time. So then what was I doing? I was trading in and out of it. I was trading in and out of something that I should have been investing into. The trading mindset is at 600. When it goes to 1,000, I'm getting out. And I did that. Next thing you know, I look at Bitcoin and it's 100,000. It's 110,000. It's whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, instead of looking at the dollar value, I should have been looking at how many Bitcoins I have. That's exactly what I should have been doing. So now I'm going to do that with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with XRP. I'm going to detach my brain from its connection to USD. One Bitcoin right now is worth one Bitcoin. I'm not going to think about it like one Bitcoin is worth 120,000. When I'm ready to get out the game, I worry about that. But for now, I have one Ethereum. How do I get two? I have two. How do I get to four? I have four. How do I get to, you see what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it in terms of it compared to itself because I want to hold more of it. And for those of you who are in real estate, you'll understand this. Imagine that you get into house flipping versus having rental properties. If you're flipping houses, you're trying to get in at the low value and then you're trying to see what you could sell it for, right? That's like trading. But when you're investing, you're trying to actually get more. One rental property, two rental properties, three rental properties. You're starting to add to your overall portfolio with that asset, except I'm treating it like Bitcoin. All right, I got one. How do I get to two? I got two. How do I get to 2.2? And I'm going to do the exact same thing with Ethereum. Anybody who takes profit on Bitcoin and Ethereum, listen, I get it. I'll never be mad at you for taking profit. Not never. I'm taking a different role, family. I'm taking a different role. I'm in my 30s. I imagine I'm going to be here until I'm 130. I'm betting on me. I'm betting on my health. And I'm betting on my wealth. So if I got all of that time, then I'm going to keep going long and just adding to my bags. So that's how I'm going with the family.
Hey, that's really cool, man. So listen, good people. While Mo is still dancing.
Oh,
Hey, Mike, Mike, could you?
I look a little better. I look a little bit better than that, Larry. I got a little bit of moves now.
You do. You got moves, man. Hey, Mike, I want you to pull up the BMNR BitMine. I know a lot of people been asking about it, and I want you to pull it up, pull the charts up, and tell us what you think about it. I'll give you a few minutes while you're doing that. And just piggyback on exit strategy, okay? So we all have to have an exit strategy, especially with crypto, good people, especially those that are new. You have to have an exit strategy. Now, you just heard Kenan tell you what his is. Now, he said, I'm not selling. I said, I'm not selling for now, all right? So I was like, wait, let me see what I'm saying okay to, right? I am going to be selling. And I'm going to be selling most of my crypto when I think it's over. But I do have some crypto that I bought at a lower price point that I'm not selling, including 90% of what I'm going to be keeping is Bitcoin. I have that in another portfolio that I bought very low, okay? Under 80K. Under 74K actually. So that crypto I'm keeping, right? I learned this from the last cycle, should I say. Now, I have some Bitcoin that I've purchased over 100 that I will be selling. And so I want you to know that all of us can have different plans, different exit strategies, and all of us can make money. Yes.
I want you to highlight somebody in the chat who is really, really showing the family what's possible. Daniel. If I'm saying name incorrectly, no disrespect. I'm into rental property. Currently have 12 rentals over 1.2 million worth and trying to accumulate more. Family, put 100 in the chat for that. That's inspiration right there. That's real inspiration.
That's one of my
D.
students
Daniel.
there. D. Daniel.
D. Daniel.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Love
All right.
that. Put
I'm
100 in the
coming.
chat for that.
That is absolutely, that's the next thing we need to be talking about. Daniel. Daniel, my brother.
Look at that.
Look
Look at
at
that. Love to
that.
see that.
Yes, sir. Daniel. That's what's happening. And then the tax breaks that he gets. This is the stuff that we need to talk about. Daniel, you need to get your page, brother, and start talking about it and educate the people.
That's what's up.
Yep,
That's what they
yep.
need to celebrate on the internet. They don't tell you people doing it like that. They don't tell you that.
Yeah. Hey, we got Stocks with Josh. Just
I
landed
see
in
Stocks
LA.
with Josh in there.
What up, fam?
Yeah,
Look,
there he is.
listen,
There
we
he is.
didn't even do this properly, good people. Josh was on the plane. You know what he
need to tell
didn't
where
tell
he was.
y'all, but what he didn't tell y'all is his private plane. All right.
Oh, you know
So,
it. You know. Yes.
It's his
What-
private plane, right?
Which one, Larry? Which one?
You know
of
what?
us?
hey, just like we used to say about Kool-Aid, the blue one. What flavor you got? Red? So, Mike, let's talk about BMNR because the people want to know what's happening with that because I have a lot of questions about that. And when Michael finish with what the charts are saying, I want to discuss BMNR. Go ahead, Mike.
I think BMNR, from what I'm looking, and I can't bring my chart up, of course. I don't suppose. Can I?
I don't have it. I don't have it loaded.
Let me see if it brings up. Probably don't.
You know what I could do? I could go to me. Hold on one second. This is what I'm going to do, Mike. I'm going to go to me and bring your chart up, and then I'm going to switch me to your chart. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Talk about it.
not a lot to chart here in this last little bit. I think it's obviously up here is going to be resistance. You've got it's sitting on its last shelf right here, Larry. 46.50 right in there, maybe 45. You've got for it to hang on to right in this neighborhood right here. And then you've got a little bit of more support down here around $39.90, maybe $40, somewhere in this neighborhood. Under that, I want you to
speak up when you,
Larry.
I want you to speak up when you talk about the prices.
Got you, brother. First support it's sitting on right now around $46, Larry. The RSI is really neutral on the day. This is a daily time frame that I'm looking at. So it's sitting right on 50. This could vacillate right here some. You could get a pullback maybe to 40. You're going to come down to 40 on your RSI and see if it holds. If that don't hold, you're going to come on back down. It's very, very neutral right now, in my opinion. You got a little bit more pullback coming in.
Okay.
Sitting on 50 on your RSI, yeah. A little bit.
Okay.
If this level don't hold. Resistance above, I would call 51. Somewhere in this neighborhood here. 51. Right
and
here.
guys, I just asked him to bring it up. So he bringing it up as he's going through it.
That's what I see, brother.
Yes.
That's all I've got on it, Larry. It's if you lose this 45 right here, you're going to probably pull back to $40. But you got a lot of consolidation that happened back in here. So these will be my two supports.
I'm pretty sure Josh.
46
Go ahead.
40 right in there. Yep.
46 and 40. Say that again.
Yep. 46 and then 40. Under that, you're gonna get a sizable pullback if you come down here and lose. It's floating down right now on your RSI. If you get under 40 on this RSI, you're gonna drop, Larry. So you don't want to do that. If we get down to 40 and hold, it's just going to vacillate and come back to the top of this range. But it's not. These two levels here aren't too bad. You got a little bit more of a pullback if you lose 46 down to $40. That's what I see, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, hey, good people. There's Josh. He said, "That's right. Boom, baby. Let's go."
My dog. There's my dog.
That's my dog. Hey,
That's
listen,
my dog right there.
listen. This is what we got to keep in mind. You know what? All of the ETH stock, the ETH, ZW, BMNR, just like MicroStrategy. Good people, please listen. Sometimes we lose focus on what the stock really is. This is just the MicroStrategy of ETH, okay? If you understand the business model on how they do convertible notes, and then they take that money and they just buy more Bitcoin. The same thing here is structured a little different. They just buy more ETH. They just buy more ETH. So if Ethereum is going down, good people, and it's crashing, don't come and say, hey, what's going on with BMNR or Bitmine? Did you look at Ethereum if it's going down? Now, I know someone saying, but Ethereum was going up and this was still going down, right? And that's a fair question. But what I want you to realize is right out of the gate, let me just pull up a simple chart and let me show you guys this because I know a lot of people are in this play. If you really look at this right out of the gate, look at that. It literally pumped. Remember the IPO and remember the news that this deal was happening and all of this money was to follow. It got overinflated, too much, too quick. Now it's trying to find its fair value. And remember, it's leveraged to Ethereum now. And so we got to be careful. It ran up too much, too quick. And so now it's just got to find its fair value. And that's what I think it's doing right now. It's consolidating to where it should be. Just like MicroStrategy. Remember, MicroStrategy is leverage 1.75. Well, sometimes it's leverage 2.5. And sometimes it's leverage 150. Follow? It just fluctuates according to what Bitcoin is doing as it pertains to MicroStrategy, Ethereum to Bitmine. Follow? And so hopefully that helps you guys. Always see, here's what I can tell you that will help you. With Bitmine, I would not be trying to catch a falling knife. I would wait until Ethereum bottoms out. You're not going to catch the bottom and show some support and start to turn around and run up. And then that's when you can catch Bitmine at a better price. Kenan, what you got to say about some more crypto, and then we'll go into some stock.
So I'll say one thing about companies like Bitmine, right, is we have to remember that Ethereum, I know cryptocurrency and market cap, people feel, they don't really have market caps, it's not real. When you add up all the Ethereum, last time I checked, it's like what, $400 billion of a market cap? And Bitmine, what I'm looking at right now, is like $8 billion of a market cap, but it's tied to the performance of Ethereum. It's going to be extremely hard, but doable for Ethereum to double in a short time period. But if Ethereum pumps, then you could kind of think of BMNR like a leveraged play on Ethereum. Ethereum drops a little bit, Bitmine's probably going to drop a lot. If Ethereum pumps a bit, then Bitmine is very likely to pump a lot. So the technicals, I do want everybody to pay attention to them for your entries and your exits on your plays and set up your plays. Because to be honest with you, the technicals are the best tool that we have on the market, period. However, you got to also understand that there is so much money on the sidelines, and Bitmine is making itself an Ethereum treasury company. So they're just going to be stockpiling it. They might be in the top 3, if not 5 holders of Ethereum in the whole world at this point. So when Ethereum continues to go up, then guess what? The technicals are going to be out the door and this thing is just going to run. But if we hit crypto winter, same thing. Technicals are just going to be out the door and it's just going to run until it settles down. So exactly. This is going to be a news play. As simple as that. It's going to be a news catalyst play. Because let me tell you something. One thing I've known about, and I trade like live, like 16 hours a month. And one thing that I know for sure is the technicals is your best tool, but it don't matter sometimes when you have your news. I don't care what is going on with Tesla. That's Elon Musk says that he quits, it's going to drop like a rock. Nvidia, I don't care what chip they selling now. If Jensen says he's out, a founder, Oh yeah, it's gonna drop like a rock. I don't care what support level you're on. So remember, the technicals are super important. They're the best tool we have. But that news catalyst thing, if Donald Trump tweets and says, "Oh man, I'm tariffing the whole world," triple.
Come on.
It don't matter what the charts say, family, at that point, because you just got to see the opportunity in the moment. So expand your mind up a little bit so that you can actually take advantage of these things and understand that this is not a bad thing. This is a good thing, because one thing, most of the money happens and is made when things are unexpected. So you could think of it like this. Imagine we all went to like some derby and we're seeing horses racing, and then you bet on the worst horse, and then that horse wins. Whoa, nobody bet on this horse but you. You're going to be the one who gets to eat all of the fruit there. And then the stock market is very similar to that, where if everybody thinks something's going to drop and you get in, you'll be the first mover, and you'll be the person who gets to take the whole move rather than some people who are getting on late. So just open your mind. News catalysts are actually a huge benefit. Every single time that we heard about a tariff, it was a buying opportunity, and many other news catalysts like that.
All right. So this is what I want to show you guys. And I'm gonna do something here in a minute. Listen, you know what? I've always keep going to the fear and greed index. And just on yesterday's video, we were back down here, right? We were back down here because why? Crypto was cooling off. It wasn't crashing, it was cooling off. Even though we say on these thumbnails, hey, it's crashing, right? Just to get y'all's attention. But now that it's found some solid, foundation, now it's starting to what? Creep back up, right? So we got Bitcoin at 111, flat, gave up its gains for the 7-day. Ethereum is flat, but still up 4% over the last 7 days, okay? So now, oh Lord, help us, Jesus. Let us pray. Lord, please protect me against the XRP army. Amen. All right, good people.
Easy, Larry. I like you too much to see buried in some cornfield. Come on now.
Listen, good people. Listen, pull up a chart, okay? I want to ask you guys this. Kenan, Mo, and I wish Josh was here. Josh could, actually, Josh, I want you to just leave it in a comment. Now, I've listened to all of these gentlemen on XRP, right? And I know what I know. And I'm going to go off of what I know first. And here's what I will tell you. There are XRP prices in general of what could be. And then there are XRP prices of what could happen this year. And those are two totally different numbers. Right? But this year, we only have a few more months left, and we're going to get back to stock. What do you think it has the possibility to do this year? Because the banking, the Swift payment system, and all of that, that's not going to get worked out this year. So I'm going to leave the floor open because I'm telling you guys that we'll be blessed to see a $5 to $8 XRP this year because everything is not falling in line right away. That's what I'm telling you guys. And if we have a super cycle this year, I see, even in a super cycle, I see it going to $12, not $100 again this year. I'm only talking about this year. I don't know what it's going to do a year, 5 years from now, or whatever. Remember, I have 5 figures in XRP. I want XRP to thrive, but I'm not selling hopium on my page, okay? So I want you, Kenan, what do you think that What do you think could happen with XRP this year?
It's a good question. So you know what? Whenever I do an XRP video, I don't tell people that it's gonna go to this number or that number because nobody knows. But I'll tell you this: the one thing that you could do for yourself if you like XRP is stop listening to the hype. Stop listening to the hype. Stop listening to the hype. XRP is not a company. They don't make, well, I guess Ripple is behind it, but the cryptocurrency itself, they're not generating revenue. It's a cryptocurrency. So you can't assess it the same way that you could assess a stock. So since that's the case, what do? You use that best tool that I told you about again, and that's the charts. It's literally the best thing you can do. So when you're using the charts, people often overcomplicate it. You want to buy low and sell high. How do you know what's low? Well, I'll tell you this. Go to the 4-hour time frame. And if you're on your phone and an app like Robinhood or whatever, you're looking at it there, go to the weekly time frame and then the monthly time frame. And whenever you buy it at a price that is not the low of those points, you're setting yourself up for a lot of risk every single time. Those who've been watching me for a long time, I told you, you got to look at XRP. Take your heart out of it. The XRP army, I love y'all. I do. I really do.
Me
but
too.
A lot of people in the XRP army, they'll tell you, man, just buy it whenever. But I will never tell you that because this is not something like VTI or VOO. I can't tell you to just buy that whenever. It doesn't work like that. You got to be more precise with it. You got to be surgical with it. So I encourage you, if you ever do decide to buy, if you playing it hot, you buy on a weekly. If you playing it more conservatively, you buy on a monthly. If you have a more prominent app that you're looking at, even something like a Webull, go to the 4-hour time frame. And when I tell you, I'm seeing some crazy levels of support at about 260, 270. Yeah. It bounced over there a month ago, half a month ago, and then in the last few days, about 260, 270. Does that mean it won't go to $2? No, but it means at least you are getting local lows on it when you do decide to buy. So you use the best tool that you can. And then when you see it go up and it hits these 330 levels, family, this is the crazy selling area. A whole lot of selling over there. But one day we'll be able to get above it. Yes. And to be honest with you, when you look at the chart, there's even more selling up there at about 360. Yep. So as soon as you see your 380s and we close out above that and we can hold it for like a week, I believe you're going to start to see we got to hit these low levels first. So a lot of people are doing crypto backwards. They're buying it high and then they see it drop and they put their whole life savings into it at the top. And then they don't understand
they get out and
what
run.
They're doing. Yep. They put their whole life savings into it. And then next thing you know, they getting cooked. And then they're right here. Oh man, Mo told me to buy XRP at $8. And that was $3. No, he didn't. Nobody's telling you that. Right. We're telling you to buy it low. Buy it low. Right. What's low? You look at the charts. It's literally like that. You look at the charts. The charts are gonna tell you on a weekly, on a monthly, and on a 4-hour. And you buy it low there. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but I've been having crazy success with cryptocurrency because I have been sticking to my discipline. You think when I don't see XRP going up like crazy and I'm like, oh man, I want to be on this ride on some more money in it, but my discipline is telling me, is it at the 4-hour support? No. Weekly support? No.
Nope.
Monthly? No, I can't buy it. I just got to hold on to what I have and leave it at that. And whatever I have, I'm on the race. So in terms of XRP, though, I would be surprised. Long term, I can't tell you when. This could be 2035. Who knows? But I would be surprised if I never see a $10 XRP. I'll give you that. I'll be surprised. But hear me close. A lot of people don't listen at all. If I never see a $10 XRP, I'm going to be okay. Why? Yes. Because I'm also investing into other things, right? And I say this a lot, and no disrespect to anybody, because I grew up poor. But when you're poor, you think or. When you are rich, you think and. So if I want to get XRP or Bitcoin, poor, you think or. And remember, poor is not just in your pockets. You can have a poor mindset. You need to enrich your mindset and get out of that scarcity mindset. You poor, you thinking or. You want to enrich your mindset and think, and how do I make money on Bitcoin and XRP and VOO and Nvidia? How do I do it? Could you do it? Somebody's doing it. I'm doing it. You can do it too. You just got to make sure you understand what you're investing in and make sure you have a plan, not just I'm gonna buy it here and then I'm gonna cross my fingers. No, have a plan. You can make money in all of these things, and diversification is not, it's not a bad word. It's a good word because it helps you to hold on to your XRP when times get tough. If you've held Bitcoin and you've been in it, let me know in the chat. If you've been in it since at least 2017, back then, it was like in a few thousands. It ran all the way up to 100,000. It didn't go straight there. We rolled it up to 19K and rolled it right back down to 3K. And it was hard. It was hard. But guess why we were able to do it? Because we also had other investments that we just don't even got to look at it for now. We ain't got to look at XRP. We ain't got to look at Bitcoin or nothing, because our other investments are taking us up. And then next thing you know, a knock on your door. It's XRP. It's Bitcoin. Hey, it's me. You ain't forget about me. You didn't let me go. It's time to, we going straight to the promised land with it, family. Yep. So I say all of that to say you diversify so you could handle the heat of these hot stocks and crypto. It's that simple, family. I'm telling you.
Yep. Well, I'm going to say this. First of all, that was the best talk I've heard on XRP. Thanks, Kenan. It was the absolute best talk.
Thank you.
Sometimes really I feel it was really, really good and thorough. Sometimes really good, I feel like I'm on an island, on an island called reality by myself. You know, and it's rough. I don't want anybody to lose money, and I talk about Bitcoin. I talk about Bitcoin, you know, hitting $1 million, and I look at it and I calculate and I see the movement, but I don't know exactly when it's going to hit. I don't know when it's going to hit $1 million, but I could see $1 million, especially you could have bought a Bitcoin, you know, for 19K 19 months ago. And we're at what we're at 115, 111, right? And so I see a clear path. But what he said was true, being diversified. And I'm going to still buy and talk about Bitcoin. I talk about Bitcoin all of the time, right? But what he said was so right, and I want you guys to understand. We saying this because we love you and we don't want you to lose money. We don't want you to chase at the top. Kenan said something more. I'm gonna get you in right in a minute. So Kenan said something that's real easy. Look at that. That's XRP over the last month. Okay. He's showing you, look, I've been saying this every time I show you XRP. I tell you, do not buy XRP before you go out to the weekly and the monthly, period. And the truth be told, when it comes to XRP, I go to the monthly and the 3 monthly is what I look at. And I see what the low points are. And then I set a buy order. So we're not saying don't buy it. We're saying buy it at the right price. You would agree with that, Kenan, right? We're just saying
buy low.
Buy it low. If you're going to buy it and hold it, I have it. I'm holding it. But I bought it low. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody should be buying any XRP over $3 at this junction, right? Until it shows higher, stronger levels of support. Mo, what you got to say about it?
Hey, throw me on the main screen there. Hey,
yes, sir.
Listen, folks, I had so much hate coming my way. I told everybody back in October, look at the big ones on XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin before the election. It's up 400% since then. What do you think I did, Larry? You think I went out and bought it when it was up 400%?
Nope.
No, I sold. I took so much profit off of XRP. You know how much hate I got on my channel? A boatload. And what happened when I sold at 360 something? And then I sold at 330 something. And then I bought back in the low. And when we got way down the lows, I loaded back up. Let me just pull the chart up. You
mean you in this to make money, Mo?
Yeah, I sold right here, guys. This is where I sold. And then I got hate like, oh my God, but you don't. I sold. Then I bought back in off the 50. I moved all my money up. And guess what I just did again? I sold it all except for a little teeny bit. And I actively trade. I'm different than these guys. I actively trade. I trade all the time based on the daily and the weekly candles. I'll get my entry price on the minute candles, 15-minute, and the hour on the day I decide to do it. I sold all my Bitcoin. I would have sold all my Ethereum, but I had so much stake I couldn't sell it. And I sold 90% of my XRP. I had 3 or 4 million in crypto this year alone, up over $500,000 to 750, or not, yeah, $500,000 to 750,000 in profit. And anybody that wants to badmouth me because I made $500,000 and I locked it in, go ahead. I'll laugh. I'll cry to the bank. I'll cry all the way to the bank. And here's the deal, folks. I have a strategy. That is more than a lot of people in the world can say. I have worked my strategy to perfection. My technicals are spot on. The only one that didn't hit was this little candle right here. And I call that Fed Day. When they came out and they shook it up, they pulled the rug out, sent everything popping, and now look where we're going. Right back to where I thought we would have been here. And I was going to buy in down here at the 270 to 240 range. And that was my buy point before they did the okie dokie. That's it, Uncle Larry. The old okie dokie. And they changed everything up. So I have a plan to make more. And I'm gonna. I don't care what anybody says. Trust the lines and you'll do fine. You can trust these charts and not your heart. And that's what I do. And what I'm going to do from here on out is I'm going to start my little process. We got this nasty looking chart right here. Are we going to break below? Are we going to break above? Well, I do think we're going down below that 50 EMA, and I'm not going to be shocked at all. So I got a whole thing I'm going to be doing with that. And so anybody that looks and says, oh, Mo, he does a lot of XRP. Of course, but I've been blunt with the world. Ethereum is the best buy, in my humble opinion, right now over the next 3 months to about 15 months.
Agreed.
And even with that being said, you're going to have nastiness over the next 4 to 6 weeks because of the Fed and the Treasury. No one talks about liquidity. No one looks at the macroeconomic situation. They look at a chart and they don't pay attention to anything that makes it move. When you combine outright fundamentals, macroeconomic studying, and put it with the technicals, you are unstoppable. And so I challenge everyone to increase your learning, and that way you'll increase your earning. You don't need to listen to us. You need to focus on your education, learn, and then earn. We should be nothing but entertainment here. Now, what I'm going to do is continue to share my knowledge, and hopefully I know the guys share their nuggets of knowledge as well, and we're going to go from here. But understand this, folks. I am in this to make money. I am in this to help people learn, and I'm going to continue to do that. So, yes, I wear an X hat. Yes, I have about 1 billion Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tesla cat hats, Shiba Inu hats. That's all they are, is a hat, folks. I love what I'm doing. I love the XRP. I think it's going to do well in the future. Once they get rid of that locked up amount they have, they got to get that all out. But until then, Ethereum is my main way I'm going to make bank. It's the way I made all the money mostly this year. And that's how I'm going to do it through 2026.
My man. Well, y'all heard it. Listen, to your point, the most hate I got, and I see you got the charts up, Spy Lord, so I'm going to pull you up in a minute, so get ready. I see that chart down there. And I noticed that, I know crypto ain't really your thing, but I want you to talk about what you see. Yeah. Listen, the biggest hate I got in 2021 is when I sold Shiba Inu after making over $250,000. But I came and I told people right when I was doing it, I said, here's where I'm buying. And then they kept running. And then here we go with the whole, let's all hold together, hold hands and sing Kumbaya and let's never sell. Only an idiot says they're never selling. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm going to look you dead in the camera and tell you, if you buying that stupid foolishness, you are an absolute idiot. And I know that's not like me to say that. I want that to get under your skin enough for you to do something about it. Look at what these charts are showing you, okay? There's a time to buy and there's a time to sell. Now, bunk. I made over $42,000 swing trading bunk. But I didn't catch any flack because I told people this is what I'm doing. And they were like, oh, you need to be holding this. You need to be holding that. Why? Because we all are holding this. No, I swung traded, right? Now I buy bunk low. I'm holding it now. I'm holding what I have now because I believe it's going to whipsaw at the end when alt season happens. Okay. So listen, follow liquidity. Don't follow Day Pookie and them. Don't follow Bubba, right? Don't follow Juan, right? Don't follow and them. Don't say them said. Don't follow them. Follow liquidity and look at the charts. All right, Spy Lord. Welcome to it. Welcome to the family, Spy Lord. This is how we get down. So listen, I want you to bring up your chart, and I'm gonna replace it.
I had to
here.
say, I looked at Mo's chart there, and I was like, man, I got the same. The same line going on there for Mo, man. And it's what I noticed about, and I don't trade XRP, so I don't care either way. I don't trade it. What I did notice is on this weekly, you getting bearish divergence stepping in, guys. You making higher highs on lower momentum. It's stepping in. So you need to, you need to start thinking, and this is one of the biggest things I've learned from Josh, man. What's my end game? If you're still in this right now, what's my exit strategy? And I think Kenan hit on that a second ago. I tell you right now, the only thing I have done over the past year is ran SUI probably 5 times and scalp the daylights out of it. I don't have any crypto right now because I bought all my crypto back when none of you three even knew who my name was, and I was just following you. And I bought it all, and I sold it and quadrupled everything I had off of buying through the winter. I don't stress about it right now. I'm not stressing about it. So I'm not playing the top, but I do see things are winding down. People need to, exactly what Mo just said, you should be educating yourself and have an exit. You got to have an exit strategy on this stuff. Every price point that they just hit, there's still money to be made in it. Every price point they just hit is dead on. You buying down here in this 270 range and selling on the pops. There's money to be made still, but you should be having a plan on this, because on the big time frame, this weekly time frame, she's winding down. She's winding down, in my opinion. That's on that one.
All right. Let me bring myself back in. All right, so let's end this with where are we at? Okay, we only have a few minutes. I said we was going to be under an hour, but listen, guys, you guys know I am going to keep it real. Where my money movers at? You guys know I'm going to keep it real, right? And that's what you need right now. This has been one of the realest lives ever, because we just keep it real. So in parting, I want to ask each of you guys to talk about what do you think is going to happen to the stock market and or crypto from here to the end of the year. We'll start with you, Mo, since we got you already queued. You take it, Mo.
I think it's going to be a very similar thing for equities and crypto, but crypto is where I'm going to make the biggest bang for my buck, and it's not going to happen until at least probably till the end of September. You're going to see bloodshed, in my opinion, because of liquidity crunch and pulling $300 billion out of the economy to replenish that treasury fund. So the government has that $800 billion. Folks, that is a massive amount of money in the next 4 weeks that they're taking out in liquidity. And then you got the repo for the banks for the overnight lending and all that to look at. We don't got the same kind of equity liquidity we had back 2 years ago, 3 years ago when they had to do this. This is something that I'm nervous about. I like the VIX at this point. I got call options. Now for crypto, once that headwind is out of our face, once we get through the liquidity issues and we get the big dip, which I'm expecting, that is when I think you're going to have that V-shaped recovery. I'll say that right now. In October, maybe late October into November, and then we just run like just a puppy through a field and the first time chasing a Frisbee. It's going to be beautiful. And that's what I think is going to happen. So I'll give you some price points. I think XRP, I've been saying 450 to 5 by the end of this year. I had back when Ethereum was 1,600, I called 4,500 to 5,000. We're already there. So I'm thinking that 5,000 to 5,500 should be doable by the end of the year. I know Tom Lee said over 10,000. Hopefully he's right. And Bitcoin, I still see 125 to 150 by end of the year.
Kenan, my man.
All right, so I got a few for you, family, and you can write these down and stamp it. So there's a wise man, I forget his name, but really smart guy who was stock market guy for years, right? I don't even know if he's still alive, but he said that if you like a stock and you've researched it well and it's $12 and you think it's going to $20, you have good reason to see the revenue is going up, earnings going up, everything's going up, but then the stock falls down to $6. Were you wrong, or is the revenue and everything still going up as you expected? So the ride from 12 to 20 is good, really good. But the ride from 6 to 20 is great. So when you have a good thing and it drops in value, is it still a good thing? Or did it go to sugar honey iced tea? Now, if it's still a good thing, then you're going to be able to go all the way up back with it. So I say that to say this. I have some of those in mind. The first one, Nvidia. And I'm gonna just give you exactly what I see it as. Nvidia, in my eyes, today is a $215 stock. That's where I see the fair value of Nvidia being right now. Is it $215 now? No. It's about 170. The ride from 170 to 215 is good. What if it falls down to, I don't know, 150? Oh yeah, now the ride from 150 to 215 is better. So Nvidia. Now Apple is like 230. I can see Apple going to 250. The ride from 230 to 250 is good. The ride from 200 to 250 is great. So what I'm saying is, if I like it here, I love it down there. Now here's another one. Netflix. I don't know when the time is going to come, but Netflix is a $1,500 stock. It ain't $1,500 today, and it might be lower tomorrow. But remember, if I could get in on a good ride, that's good. But if I could get in on a great ride, that's better. So I got Netflix, I got Apple, Nvidia, Ethereum. I see Ethereum as being a $10,000 crypto. Is it going to happen this cycle? Who knows? But I see it as a $10,000 crypto. Meaning, if I get in the 4,000s and ride it up to 10,000, that's really good. If I get in the 2,000s and ride it to 10,000, then that's great. So me, what am I doing? I'm mentally preparing myself for any pullbacks and seeing the opportunity, because the value of the thing hasn't changed. Now, here's something I want to just throw in to everybody's perspective. I said it on my live stream earlier, but I want to say it so everybody can hear it. The biggest risk to cryptocurrency that currently exists is in an infant stage right now, and it's quantum computing. So if quantum computing really, really takes off like everybody wants it to, that's going to be a huge blow to crypto, because cryptocurrencies are all made on like secret codes, and quantum computing is all about cracking codes. So it's kind of like they're at odds with each other. But as long as that stays at bay, then family, it's looking like cryptocurrency is taking us all the way with it. And one more, Bitcoin. I see Bitcoin as easy $250,000 thing. Can't tell you when. Could it go to 50? Yeah. The ride from 50 to 250 is amazing. The ride from 100 to 250, still really, really good.
My man, Mike. Boom, baby. Listen, you rolled good with the big dogs, man. It was good to hear you. Yes, sir. You got to have your parting words. You could talk about anything you want to talk about.
Yeah, man. I'm not going to follow those two up on that. I'm more of a trader, and I think we could struggle on the SPY. I think we could start struggling here at the 650 mark, and maybe see some consolidation. But I play this. This is what I do, Larry. Every day I get up, and if, some of these people on here that don't know me, I spend a lot of time over in the family with Josh's family. I trade. I learn every day, and I teach people how to chart every day. And there's money to be made every day, either which way the market goes. So that's what I do. That's what I'm going to do for the rest of the year. I'm all blue chips on my long-term stuff. So when she comes back, I'll buy more.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yes,
By
sir.
the way, good people, I want y'all to check out my man's page. That's how it looks. Spy
Yeah.
Lord. We have 4. Let's go ahead and knock this on out and get him to 5K. That's where you need to be. That's where you deserve to be. 5K, y'all.
Yeah. Go over there and hit
All
that
right.
subscribe button.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. It was really good having you, brother. It was
Thank
good
you, brother.
having
I
you.
appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, we have it. Listen, I'll end with mine. I see Palantir at a $200 stock. Yeah, it's going to get there. It's not going to be a straight line. I see Ethereum possibly getting to 74 on a pump. Right? That's what I see. I see SoFi being a good long-term play as interest rates go down. SoFi will thrive, and so will crypto will thrive if the Fed lowers interest rates, right? But let me show you guys this in closing. Remember, we have 4 major data points. I'm going to say this again. We have a CPI, we have PPI, and then we have PCE. Well, PCE, I believe, is coming this Friday, if I'm not incorrect. And then Monday is the holiday. But I want you guys to look at this. Let me bring it up full screen. Family, be on the lookout. So look, the next FOMC meeting will be the 16th and the 17th in September, right? So just know that before the 17th, when the Fed makes his decision, we will have a CPI, PPI, jobs, and PCE all would have been reported by then. And a lot could happen to the stock market. If inflation goes back up, then and the Fed does not lower interest rates, we're going to be in trouble. I'm just telling you guys right now. But if all that data comes, especially jobs, because he's shifting now and his focus is on jobs now. If that job data is weakening and it's weakening by a sizable amount, then the Fed will lower interest rates. He will cut by at least 25 basis points. Now,
Yep.
the worst 2 weeks of the year, listen to this, good people. The worst 2 weeks of the year in the stock market is the first week in September and the third week in September. And guess what? The FOMC meeting is right there. The 17th, right? So it's wedged right there. And so all of this data, you have to make a plan. You have to take all of this information and make a plan. Me personally, I'm saving some dry powder for the first and the fourth. I'm saving some dry powder for the first 3 weeks of September. Now, that doesn't mean 100%, but historically, it's been the worst. And look at the data that's coming. So I want you guys to be prepared that if there is a pullback, you got some dry powder to buy. I'm not running. I'm not selling anything I got. I'm going to be buying.
That's right.
Because I believe that we will hit all-time highs by the end of this year in the S&P and the NASDAQ. And I believe crypto will have, by the last day of this year, I believe that the crypto highs would be actually behind us by that point. That's what I believe. I believe that we will have a surge in crypto in October. That's what I believe, and that's what I see right now, okay? So, guys, hey, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Make sure you check out the links below. We got the Stock Squad, and make sure that you are in all of these pages. Make sure you go over to Stock Mo's page, hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell. Make sure you go to Kenan Grace's page, hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell. And Josh on his private jet, make sure you go to Stocks with Josh's page, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. And you know what? Let's bless Mike. You know, you guys know I love shining a light on new people. Let's get Mike up to 5 Gs, and we'll have him back one day. And Mo, what's your guy's name that does the charting? Forget his name. Dr. Stock. Yeah, Dr. Stock.
Dr. Stock, Crypto Will.
Dr. Stock and Crypto Will. Dr. Stock is a cool guy, man. I started looking at some of his videos. He's just a cool guy, man. I can't wait until you have him back on, Mo. That would really be cool. So we're going to leave it right there, good people. Hopefully you enjoyed this. And in closing, 30% of you that's watching me right now, you're not subscribed. Just go and check it, all right? Live, love, laugh, and learn.